Hey, I'm Dana Bourgeois from Bourgeois Guitars. We're here at the Winter NAMM Show 2012, and we have a few new items in our lineup for the year 2012. I'd love to show them to you. The first of them is our Ray Lamontagne signature model. Ray did his last tour with 3 Bourgeois guitars, his favorite of which was a simple Sitka and mahogany Dreadknot. And we talked somewhere during his tour about doing a signature model. His request was, could we make it a little bit fancier, but just enough? So we're calling it the Just Enough guitar. Well, this particular model, or this particular version, has our 3-color herringbone that we usually use on the DB signature model. It has an ivoroid binding, which is not often used on a mahogany guitar. And Ray asked me to design a simple but elegant fretboard inlay pattern. So we went through a few drawings, and together we came up with the one that was just enough. So we call it the Just Enough pattern. The guitar has also a marquetry back strip, again a little fancier than most mahogany Dreadknots. And we're using a nice Ziricoti headstock veneer. I'll try to pick something a little fancier than usual for these. The list price on this guitar is $49.95. We'll be building a limited edition of 33. The number 33 came from, we asked Ray, well, how many did he think we ought to be building? And he said, well, my lucky number is 33. So we said, that's perfect. We just spoke to the Fishman folks before Ray's last tour. He sent all of his guitars up to our shop, and we installed Fishman pickups. The guitars were sent back to Fishman for a tone image of each individual guitar was made. And boy, his stage sound was just amazing. So we're going to make the tone image for Ray's Sitka and mahogany Dreadknot available to the purchasers of the Ray Lamontagne signature model. So that will also be available. Another new series for us this year is something we call the Luthier's Choice series. Now, we looked at our records over the past several years, and we found out that more than half of the guitars we build are custom. At least have some custom feature, some have many custom features. So we realized that the designer of the custom guitar isn't me, it's the customer. Oftentimes when wood comes in, I'll be flipping through a pile of wood and I'll say, man, this is a perfect set of wood for a specific guitar. We wait and we wait for the order to come in, it never comes in. The wood eventually gets used on something else. So the idea behind the Luthier's Choice series is a custom guitar designed by me. We're going to be building one a month, and every guitar will be unique in some way. They won't all be super expensive. We brought the first 2 Luthier's Choice models to the show. I'll show you the first one over here. This one is a slope-shouldered Dreadknot with a figured bear claw Sitka top. The back and sides are curly maple. The neck is curly maple. And the guitar has a wraparound sunburst. This is like doing 4 sunburst guitars in one. Top, back, sides, and neck. This has the typical. This is also a short scale version. Typical dry maple Sitka sound. A great rhythm guitar. Sort of, to me, this is the ultimate cowboy guitar. We used our advanced Slope D inlay pattern in the fretboard, and finished everything off with a varnish finish. We don't have a name for this particular sunburst, but we started. Some of the mandolin makers use a grain enhancement to begin their sunburst. You start by staining the entire guitar black, sanding the stain off, and the black color stays in the curl, and it also stays in the bear claw. And then on top of that, we do our normal sunburst. I'm going to bring it back a little bit. You can kind of see the effect from afar. It gives it a very old guitar look, and of course the tinting of the varnish sort of further enhances that old look. Of course, it's shiny like a new guitar, but I wanted it to be, you know, like a vintage guitar that had been in the closet for 70 years. So this was Luthier's choice number 1. Luthier's choice number 2 is a Adirondack and Brazilian Rosewood Dreadknot with a traditional through-style bridge. I'll flip it over and show you the beautiful Brazilian Rosewood. Both of these sets are sets that I have set aside for years, waiting for the right guitar to come along. And it sounds incredible. Both guitars sound really terrific. I couldn't be more pleased with how they came out. This is sort of the ultimate bluegrass guitar in my mind. This one also has a varnish finish. Herringbone, slotted squares and diamonds. Another homage to 1937 design. I'll set it down. Beyond that, we've brought a few other guitars, custom versions of some of our old favorites. Over here is a Macassar Ebony and figured European soloist. This is our small jumbo, which last year became, I think, our 3rd most popular model. This one is a Cocobolo back and sides and a European spruce top. Very striking Cocobolo back. This is a style O in Adirondack and Brazilian Rosewood. Again, a very traditional style, although we decided not to use the herringbone. You have to have a little relief from herringbone every once in a while. This one over here is a style double O, 14 fret double O in redwood and koa. This is a very interesting set of koa. Very dark. It hasn't been stained. It's more of a quilted or a beeswing pattern. Quite unique. The darker koa is harder, more rosewood sound, more rosewood-like, and this guitar just rings like a bell. To me, this is the ultimate couch guitar. We've had a few good players in here, getting some incredible sounds out of this over the course of the weekend. And finally, we have a 12 fret OM with a cutaway, an Adirondack top with a very mild bear claw pattern. I like to say that bear claw in Adirondack is as rare as confirmed sightings of Elvis. By the way, these are pickguard protectors. All of our guitars do not come with the logo inlaid on the pickguard. So, normal pickguard underneath. The back and sides of this guitar are interesting. It's a new tone wood that I've recently discovered, Peruvian rosewood. I don't believe it's a rosewood at all. It has sort of a look of unfigured koa, and it has the sound of good koa. Lovely sounding tone wood. Lovely looking tone wood. Apparently it's not endangered. It's quite available, so we hope to be making many more guitars out of this wonderful tone wood in the upcoming year. So, thank you very much, and wish you could all come to the NAMM show. Get out to our dealers and see some of our new models.